All right, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the very latest edition of Matchday Minus One, coming to you from St. David's Performance Centre. He is Michael Lahoud. I'm Adrian Healey. We are brought to you by our friends at PointsBet, founding partner of Austin FC, and the last Matchday Minus One of the month of April, Michael. Maybe a month that we're all rather keen to move on from for different reasons. But can we end the month on the right note is the question.
I hope so. I think so.
Yep.
And it's coming against a very promising opponent, especially how they've been playing as of late.
Let's get right into it then. The showdown. Back to Q2 Stadium we go, with Austin taking on the San Jose Earthquakes on Saturday night. This is a fixture that has been interesting to view over the years, hasn't it? You and I had the pleasure, and I think we can call it a pleasure, a genuine pleasure, of calling many of the original meetings between these two. Let's start with the first ever visitors to Q2 and that memorable night back in June of 21. A goalless draw, not so memorable for what happened on the field, but everything around it is still reverberates to this day. And then since that point, Michael, it's been a history of high-scoring encounters between these two. Think of the two games last year against the Earthquakes. 2-2 in San Jose at this time of year in April, and then that remarkable 3-3 draw in August. So I wonder if we're going to see similar fireworks between these two.
Well, this matchup is always delivered in terms of the entertainment factor, entertainment value in Major League Soccer. Whenever I think at the final whistle, when we get off the air, when we call the matches, I was just thinking to myself, are you not entertained? When San Jose Earthquakes come to town, you know almost the circus is coming to town because it's a bit of everything on the field for 90 minutes.
Yeah. And a history of lead changes in the games. You think of the two games last year. We were 2-0 up in San Jose. They came back to get a 2-2 draw. The home game in Q2, Austin had the lead, San Jose had the lead, Austin had the lead again, and then there was a late equalizer. So I don't know what it is in the water between these two, but no reason to believe it's going to be anything different on Saturday.
I think it's almost down to the juxtaposition of how the two teams play. You have order personified in Austin. It's very methodical in how Josh Wolf wants to play. Every player has a function or a space to cover, and you stick with the game plan. No player is bigger than the game plan itself. For San Jose, it's 11 individuals trying to do whatever it takes to get a result for 90 minutes.
Yeah. And let's just throw into the mix the name Luchi Gonzalez, who comes here as San Jose coach for the first time. His last trip to Q2 Stadium as manager of FC Dallas, it was an 8-goal game. It was a 5-3 win for Dallas back in August. So I actually like what he's done with San Jose this year. I do think they are a better team, but they can be got at. I mean, you look at their record. They're fifth place at the moment, 14 points from 9 games played. 13 of their 14 points have come at home. They're a very different team away from home, aren't they? They can be got at.
As of late, they're coming off of 2 losses. You think of the recent Open Cup loss, shock loss, and then you go back to the RSL game where I thought they were thoroughly outplayed. But in that game itself, it was neck and neck. They're a team that can go down a goal. They're never out of it. Consecutive goals is a must to get the final result.
Yeah, they're coming off an experience familiar to us from last year, losing in the Open Cup, as you said, to Monterey Bay. So they went down the road for a local derby, as we did a year ago, and were on the wrong end of a shock scoreline. So you wonder how that maybe affects their mentality coming in, a little shell-shocked, perhaps having to go on the road again. We'll see. From Austin's perspective, Michael, and if you're Josh Wolf, he talked about changes after the defeat last week. I don't, what do you think we are going to see? There are going to be more options defensively. Let's start there, because Julio Cascante is getting fit again. We got our Serbian friend Radovanovic, who may be in line for his first start. Yes.
Can we say eligible?
If he's ready to go, do you put him right in there next to Nico Weissner? Do you make that switch?
I would. Yeah. We need center backs that are center
Leo
backs.
Weissner.
Leo Weissner. Yeah, well, the coffee hasn't hit yet. But we need center backs who are center backs playing in that position. I think Alex Ring has done a fantastic job, given being thrown in at different points, especially at home. I would say he's done a fantastic job. And that partnership, that Finnish connection is definitely there. But the domino effect of when you have a true center back in, a ball-playing center back, a left-footed center back in Radovanovic coming in, Weissner, who is right-footed, can slide over to the right-hand side, And then the question comes, what happens in the middle of the park in midfield? Alex Ring is a contender to maybe go up. Alex or Owen Wolf, who do you put in that position? I think that's going to be the biggest talking point.
Yeah, that could be one of the key changes that Josh Wolf is thinking. I mean, you assume on the wings, given the absence of Diego Fagundes, it's going to be pretty much the same as we saw up front. And let's face it, chances have been there in the last couple of games, haven't they? Sebastian Drusi missing one that you would normally take in his sleep in LA. You think about to the last home game against Vancouver. If Ring takes that chance early on after the Drusi header, again, maybe a different story.
Ruti had one as well. Rigoni had one.
Yeah.
The chances are there, but in this league, when you have your chances, the differences between the teams that are getting the results and the teams that are still looking to get results and get back in form is being opportunistic.
Yeah.
For Austin FC last season, they were one of the most opportunistic teams in the entire league with their expected goals and their conversion rate. They need to get back to that of just having more just a goal sense around in the final third.
Well, we'll segue into home cooking back at Q2, where it's been a mixed bag this season. I think it's fair to say what has definitely improved is the defensive record at home, and I do think that was a point of emphasis, wasn't it, for the coaching staff? How do we stop conceding 3 goals at home like we did to San Jose last year and 3 to Kansas City? Even though we got points out of the game, they didn't want to have to be winning 4-3, did they? So the goals against, they've got down. Now it's just the question of can they rise to the occasion at home and get the ball in the back of the net.
And they have a goalkeeper who's committed to the cause in Brad Stuver.
Yeah.
The last couple games, especially being at home, he has almost stood on his head time and time again. In the game against LA Galaxy, up until the first goal, Stuver was keeping the team in the game and teeing it up. When your back line is doing their job and the goalkeeper is doing his job, they are teeing it up for the attack to just get one. This is a team that I think when you get one, the rest will follow.
Yeah, I mean, since the home opener against St. Louis, only conceded 1 goal in a total of 4 home games in all competitions, 3 clean sheets as well. Haven't allowed a home goal with Ring and Weissman playing together as a centre back. Interestingly, the 1 goal they did allow against Colorado was when there'd already been a change. Actually, Weissman was missing for that game. But I still think you are right. I still think if Radovanovic is good to go, this is the game to throw him in. He'll be going against Jeremy Ebobisse, and they have that front four who are all good. Cade Cowell is physical, fast specimen. Why not let Radovanovic get to grips with that front line?
Radovanovic is a dueler.
Yeah.
He's decent in the air, but he's a good ball-playing center back. You'll have 2 good ball-playing center backs. Against San Jose, you want to be composed.
Yeah.
They come, they press you, and they're kind of detached. Their front, say 5, go running at the ball, 2 midfielders flanking Carlos Grezzo, and there's going to be gaps to be gotten to. And if you have a center back that can break the lines and get the ball to Driussi and into the attack, then you're running towards goal.
So let's make it loud. He's going to be the 40th consecutive sellout. Let's finish the month of April, and 3 points just changes the dynamic completely. Just makes us move on to May and move up the table. And if we can find the goal scoring form that's eluded us, this is the sort of team we can fight it against with some home cooking. What is the Lahoud mood heading into our last show of the month? I wonder if what's happened in April is affecting the mood, or are you forward looking at this point?
Well, my favorite team outside of Austin FC is playing, so it's definitely affecting the mood. That
would be Man United, folks, for those of you that don't know.
Yes, I know. But back to business. The mood is eager.
Okay.
And for Austin FC to show the eagerness that everyone is wanting and waiting for to get these 3 points against the San Jose Earthquakes, they'll have to do these 2 Matchday Minus 1 things. Number 1 is transition. Anytime you play San Jose, the game is going to be a transition battle.
Yeah.
You win the transition battle, you most likely win the game. And number 2 is numbers in the box. When you have transition moments, you have to gamble. And I think what we've seen from Austin is gambling at certain times, but you have to be committed to the cause. Maybe getting outside backs forward and shifting over to cover. Danny Pereira is going to be key in that, in his positioning to stop transition moments on the other end. That will help in getting the ball back and being in San Jose's end.
I love it. Eager is the word. Let's all get there with some eagerness on Saturday. I tell you, I was eager for those Valentina's brisket tacos, which I had before the game last time. And Kobe Jones just said it's the best taco he's ever had.
Really?
So
That's safe. So you're saying California tacos are not as good as...
No, apparently not.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So won't be in the chair calling it this Saturday. I think Mark Rogondino and Heath Pierce are in town doing that. But Kobe and I will be up in RSL doing the RSL Seattle game. Talking of games on TV, let's cast our minds forward to what the situation may be in July. Who knows what it'll be? There's a lot of football to be played between now and then. But come the end of July, the league is going to down tools for 3 or 4 weeks, and a new tournament. The Leagues Cup is going to be played, and we got some more details this week on what's going to be happening at Q2, Michael. Austin play Mazatlan and Juarez from Liga MX as the two teams in the group stage. All games at Q2. Those two will play each other at Q2, but Austin's games Friday, July the 21st, and 9 p.m. start time for that local against Mazatlan. And then the following Saturday, July the 29th, 7:30 start time against Juarez. Tickets for both games, as well as the third game, on sale now. AustinFC.com. SeatGeek as well. Lot to look forward to with this. I was excited from the moment this was announced about a year ago. We were lucky enough to be there for the announcement. I think it's going to be really something special, and it adds a lot to this season in terms of the work the team have to do. But I think it's going to be a great kind of new World Cup style format, Michael.
This summer is going to be the summer of soccer. Yeah. You think of the Nations League happening, you think of the Gold Cup, and now the Leagues Cup. Bring all the cups. Bring all the cups to Q2 Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how Austin do against some of Liga MX's best. We've already had the likes of Atlas come to Q2 Stadium. We got to call that game last year. And seeing a full-strength Austin FC team, not having to worry about MLS matches, but seeing what they did in the second half of that match against Atlas, it just makes you wonder how they'll do in these Leagues Cup matches. Mazatlan, they were formerly known as Morelia, have played with certain players who played for that team when they were Liga MX's champions. They have a good following, rich history as of late in the modern game. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. It's like normally managers, coaches have to juggle lineups when they're trying to play competitions against Mexican opponents. This, not the case. It's going to be a standalone thing. Nothing else happening for those 3 or 4 weeks. Be lovely to see Austin move on into the knockout rounds and maybe host bigger games as well. And they got every chance. You mentioned Mazatlan and Juarez. Mazatlan currently bottom of Liga MX. Juarez third bottom. So not saying, just well, I'm saying, but just saying.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Saying there's a chance. Okay. Get your tickets for that end of July. By which time we hope to have one Jan Kolmanic back in action. Well, we're not going to, are we? Because he's out for the year. But a moment of gratitude to Jan, our Slovenian wonder left back. He successfully underwent ACL surgery this week. A special shout out to him. Yeah. As well as the ATXFC medical team and our high performance staff, Dave Tenney, Aki Tajime, Satoshi Ilida, who always do a great job of making sure the guys are taken care of. They are top notch, aren't they?
Yeah, last season we saw what happens when you have a team that didn't have many injuries, and that's also down to the medical staff in terms of training regimens. This season we've seen a couple injuries. It happens. It's professional sports. But personally, I'm gutted for Jan Kolmanic. He had been the starting left back, been through so much during a short stay here in Austin, and we wish him the speediest of recoveries and most importantly, the healthiest of recoveries.
Yeah. Jan, get well soon. That's all we can say. I know, really, really glad to hear the surgery went well, and ACLs are tough to come back from. But with a lot to look forward to for him next year. Still a young player, still very early in his career, and was showing great signs of progressing as well, Michael.
Yeah, that left foot.
Yeah,
you can't buy a left foot like that. You can't teach that.
Still one of the best crossers on the team, if not the best. Yeah. So we'll miss him for sure. All right, let's, as we depart, let's give another quick shout out to Austin FC 2. They got a 1-1 draw in LA last week, lost the penalty shootout, second time it's happened. So really, in 90 minutes, they're still undefeated this season. And they are a perfect 4-0-0 at home. Another game Friday night at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center against Minnesota United too. So let's see if they can keep it going.
What I like from this LA Galaxy game, and they got the 1-1 draw, they added a new goal scorer to the mix.
Yeah.
That's right, Uganda's finest,
Babosi
Birawanga, getting in the box,
Nice.
showing the composure, slotting it into the open goal. So congrats to you, Babosi. Can't wait to see what you and the team do next. And hey, keep it going. Don't change a thing.
Yep, so that's Friday night at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center. Hope we get a big crowd out for that. And of course, on Saturday night, if you can't be there at Q2, you know where to see it. MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, 7:30 local start time. And don't forget to get you in the mood. Michael and I part of the show called Verde Lights. We do it every week. They show it at 11:30 in the morning on Saturday and at 5 p.m. on Saturday. That's on the CW here in Austin. Great to see you, sir.
Yeah, great to see you as well.
Indeed. We'll see you on Saturday night. Thanks for being with us.